Hello, my name is Jake Stelmack, and I'd like to introduce in this video the Overland Data Digital Library Tape Series units. The unit I have in front of me is a small chassis containing 4 units. To make a system, you have a control unit, or an LXG, a global control unit, which is always the top unit. And this system has 2 LXBs, which are base units, which contain the drives, and the bottom unit is an LXC, which is just a cartridge unit containing only a magazine with cartridges in it. The LXB, or the base unit, is the only unit that contains the drives. The digital library drives are made by Quantum. The LXB can be a standalone unit also. It also can contain 1 or 2 drives. The robotics in all of the units, in other words, the cartridge handling from the magazine to the elevator system, is identical. This unit has an elevator which runs up and down the back of the unit, which will take the cartridges from any of the units and place them into the drives specified. The cartridges used in the digital library tape series are special cartridges, high capacity from 15 to 35 gigabytes native storage. Do not attempt to rewind or do anything with the cartridge. It is a very special cartridge. It has a tab in a very specific place that the drive looks for when it is loading. Do not attempt to pull this tab out or stuff it in. It must be positioned when it is loaded or unloaded within the drive. The units look identical. However, the operator's manual and the service manual will show the slight differences between them. The control panel on all units is identical with 4 buttons for loading, unloading tape, and the various functions. The LED indicators are different on the global and control unit and are different on the base unit. The LED for the locked magazine indicator is common to all units, as is the open button. When the LED is lighted for the locked indication, you cannot remove a magazine. To remove a magazine, you must push the open button, wait till the light goes out. If no activity occurs within 30 seconds, the door will automatically close and the lock light come on, and you must again hit the open button to reinsert the cartridge. If for some reason the open button does not allow you to remove the magazine or replace it, the manual describes an emergency procedure which involves cycling the power off and holding the down arrow for 5 seconds on turn on. A word of caution here: before you unplug the unit or cycle the power down, you should check with the MIS person that is in charge, that knows the system. This is a SCSI device, and depending on the software or the host configuration, do not just walk in and assume you can turn the power off and take a unit out of the rack and work on it. Check first. For this demonstration, I will cycle the power to show an initialization sequence. When the power is turned on for any of the units, they will go through a post-test or a self-test for each unit. Also, each unit, depending on what it is, will take inventory of itself with the robotics that are common to all units. In powering up a sequence or a series of units, you may power them all up at the same time if you have the units plugged into one common switch. If not, I would suggest powering up the global unit last, since these are SCSI devices and the global unit is in control. As you can see on the screen, it is flashing a firmware level. It tells what the unit is on top, an LXG or global unit. It gives the date and the time, and it flashes what sequence is happening at the moment. It's checking the elevator. It's saying right now, making an orphan check. Since this is the global control unit, it checks to see what it is controlling. And it queries each of them, and then will come up and display what it has found, and also its own inventory. I might add that this sequence takes place when you cycle the power or if the magazine is removed. Needless to say, if you have a global unit controlling up to 7 other units, this might take a longer time on the sequence power-up, since each unit will take its own inventory and report to the global unit, so that it in turn, through the SCSI, might report to the host. It's going down now and checking the elevator assembly at the back. It goes down to each of the modules to make sure it knows where the modules are. You can see the global unit has cartridges in space number 1 and space number 9. It is labeled 1 through 16. When these units are hooked up in a system, the global unit will always show 1 through 16. The next unit will show 17 through whatever size magazine it has and on down. Each unit will be sequentially numbered as it is set up on the system and plugged in as Module 1 through Module X. The escape button is used to view different levels of the menu. Pressing escape will bring you to the next upper level of menu. Using the up or down arrows will put you through what is displayed on that menu. We will go down to map information, press enter, and it says that DLT1 is empty, DLT2 is empty, slot 1 is occupied, there's no label present, 2, 3, we will go to where I know we have cartridges. In slot 9 it says it's occupied, there is a label that is valid, and the label is 226. This unit also has an optional barcode scanner. The barcodes are scanned during the initialization function. To escape from this menu, just press escape, escape again. For purposes of demonstration only, I will go into enter on the ready menu, and it has again several options: load, show the status, a maintenance menu, or configuration menu. To use the load, simply press enter, and it automatically starts with the first available slot you have a cartridge in and the first available drive. You can cycle through, and it will only allow you to select cartridges that it found during its inventory of the whole system. We will select cartridge number 9 from slot 1. We will set enter. We will go down and put it into drive number 2. Press enter. And it says it's going to take it from slot number 9, put it into drive number 2. Enter to execute.